side of things, the albums and how you feel about a certain thing, but I know that you love live, and that to you is very important. What happens in your mind when you're doing something live? Is it that you can close off all the business side and the technicalities of the business?
Well, I just feel as if I'm scoring points, really, because I think a lot of points have been scored against me with the Stock Aitken Waterman thing and the sort of just being a recording artist and everything. And I do believe that, you know, I'm very confident about going out and singing live on a stage to people, you know. Very confident about the show that we do and the band that we've got and everything. So I just feel that we're going in a very strong direction, a positive direction, as opposed to a lot of things being said about me that are negative. So I think it's just a really important phase, really. You know, I mean, we've been doing gigs now since last December,
right.
On and off. Obviously, we haven't been touring every day since then. But as I say, I just think that places that we've played, the people who've come and seen the gig, even people say who were dragged along by perhaps the younger brothers or whatever, you know. I think they've had to leave and say, well, I still don't like the music, but he can sing, you know.
That's right.
That's fine by me, I can deal with that.
Do you find that the media and stuff expect you not to be able to sing, that they sort of are disappointed that you actually can carry it off?
To a degree, some are, yeah. I think, mostly, I think people have the sort of general opinion that I can sing, but begrudge me that fact sometimes, which I can understand, I can deal with that, you know. But as I say, it's just a nice reaction to be able to go out and perform for people as opposed to doing the TVs, you know, the miming and all that situation, you know. So.
There's something also very interesting that I think happens when somebody reaches the sort of level that you have reached, and there are numerous artists around the world, and that's, for some reason, people forget that you're human, and they can be very nasty. I mean, I've had some things said to me that I'll tell you later on, but I'm just saying, they forget that you're a human being, that you brush your teeth in the morning, and, you know, the regular type of thing, you wash your dishes, and the whole thing. I mean, how do you deal, how much of the media stuff do you actually take to heart? I mean, it's sort of hard to say, I'm not going to listen to what this guy's saying. I mean, it must hurt.
Well, I just don't read it anymore, you know. I never really have from the beginning, but I certainly don't anymore. And that goes for, say, a credible magazine or something. I just won't read the interview after. For instance, I wouldn't sit down and watch this interview again, you know.
I'm disappointed. It's on and repeat tomorrow morning again.
I might do, just to see your shirt again, actually, but because I think, you know, I was here, I did it on the day, I knew what was said, I know what you said to me, and I know what I said back, so I just leave it at that, you know. I think, you know, obviously you do take things to heart, especially when they're personal, you know, but you just have to just try and be happy about what you're doing and just press on, really, you know. There's
an evolution that I'm sure that you must realize. I think something happens to you when you're in the business like this and things are happening so fast. You do grow up a lot faster, I think, than necessarily expected. And I think it's a necessity, really. And even on the second album, I find that, you know, well, just the fact that you've written 6 of the songs and you've co-produced, seems to me that you feel much stronger about everything in general.
Yeah, and also, you know, this sort of a life, the travelling literally, and also just sat talking to different people around the world and their views and asking you questions and literally putting you on the spot, develops you as a person, you know. So I think that shows in every aspect, you know, when you go back to doing your writing and things, hopefully that will, you know, come through a little as well. Like I was saying before about the people who have lived life a little more, you know, when you've toured around America a few times, then you might have the right to write a song about, say, New Orleans or something. When you've been there a few times, you know, it sits a little there, you know.
Absolutely. So, because you've had a chance to go, you know, around the world a couple of times, we were just saying before, and you've met different types of people, do you find that the audiences differ? Do you feel that it's the same type of people that show up to a Rick Astley show in the States as it would be in Spain, as we were talking about? Or?
Well, obviously, from country to country, it does vary slightly. One of the things I've been more than happy about is the fact that throughout Europe and Australia, maybe not true of Japan because it's a younger element that listens to pop music there and the older people just don't even know it exists.
Right.
But throughout Europe and everything, the audience has been quite widespread, really, the age group of it. And that was really pleasing, because I think everybody, like the crew and the band, and myself really, were expecting to be a lot younger than what it was, really. I mean, I don't know whether Bros have happened in Canada, really, but they're really big in Europe and everything. And I went to one of their gigs, you know, check out the competition and all that. And it was just like loads of girls just screaming all the way through. And I thought, if this is going to happen when we, you know, I wasn't going to be happy about it. But so I was really pleased, as I say, that it was a mixed audience. It was mostly young people, obviously, but at the end of the day, I'm not that old myself, you know, so I was very happy about it.
So if I were to ask you, okay, Rick, you know, you go ahead, work on your third album and stuff. What comes to mind? What do you want to put across on that third album?
More than anything, I think I'd like to get the musical side of it to a more musical sort of standpoint, really, which may sound a little funny to people, in the sense that the last 2 albums, have been produced in a very sort of keyboard orientated way, you know, drum machine samples, all that kind of thing. And I think my voice, as you said before, and I thank you for it, that my voice can suit other things.
Absolutely.
And I've made a little bit of a name for myself now. I've got my foot in the door, so hopefully we can go and try a few different things. You know, I mean, there's a lot of very talented people out there, and I want to go and work with them, you know. So.
Well, you've co-produced some of the stuff on your album.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you would love to produce?
Well, obviously there's some big names that.
Like who?
Well, I mean, Quincy Jones comes to mind. I mean, he's done a few good things, you know. I mean, you know, Narada Michael Waldron I like a lot as well. There's loads of different people, but one of the things is that I don't want to go around saying about these people until I've talked to them personally and find out. Because the last thing I want to do is start saying, oh, well, I want to work with these, and you know, I don't know really. I'd rather it just happen on a natural thing, you know, just give them a call, see what they're doing, you know.
What about you? Would you like to produce somebody? Is there somebody in the market that you think that...
Maybe, but I think that the reason that I got to do some of the co-producing things on the last album was simply because I used to do demos on a 24 track, and I went in the evenings or at weekends, and because there was nobody else, I just had an engineer. I used to play all the keyboards, the guitar, the programming, the drums, all that kind of thing. No big deal. I mean, it wasn't played to a great standard, but it was enough for people to know, you know, the basic chords, the patterns, the things to follow. So it just seemed a bit crazy to hand that over totally to somebody when I've worked on it for, say, a weekend and put everything in. So it was quite nice to be able to just say, well, I want to keep that pad, I want to keep that bass sound, I want to do this, I want to do that. So, you know. What
advice would you have for somebody who was Rick Astley when he was 15, is starting off, really wants to do this seriously? Is there something?
Don't bother. Give it up. Don't do it. No, I would say make sure that what you're interested in is the music, because that is the only thing that will pull you through it all. Because the fame doesn't mean a thing. I say that, you know, very light-heartedly and everything, but that is not the thing that keeps you going. The money is certainly not the thing that keeps you going, because at the end of the day, if you're miserable, all the money in the world is not going to make you happy, you know. So it's a very corny way of putting it, but I think it's very true. Unless you're interested in the music and that's what you want to do, just don't bother, you know.
I think there's a great idea in there for a song.
Maybe, yeah.
There is a good idea, and we're thrilled to have you here in the studio.
It's been my pleasure.
It's wonderful. We're looking forward to see you live here in Montreal and Quebec. And please come back and see us anytime. Maybe you can come back and co-host an hour and choose the stuff that you want to see. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
I figured I'd have you say that live on air so that we can sort of say, you said you do this, Rick. That's right. It's wonderful to have you. We're going to actually play your new video, which is the title track of your new album. And I'd also like to say that it happens to be the 45 that's been released here in Canada, as opposed to Ain't Too Proud to Beg in the States.
Great.
And you wrote this song as well. So it's wonderful. Thank you so much, Rick. We're going to do a little bit of translation, and we're going to play this clip. Rick Astley, c'est en studio encore une fois.